Welcome to a special holiday edition of Kitchen Mathematics with your host, Gabriel Palmatier.
Hi, I'm Gabe Palmatier. Today, we're going to look at multiplying fractions. It's actually not that different from multiplying whole numbers. When we multiply whole numbers, like 4 times 3, we are actually taking 4 of something 3 times to get 12 of something. Multiplying is just a faster way to add. So saying 4 times 3 is just another way to say 4 plus 4 plus 4. Today, we'll be focusing on multiplying numbers like 3 3/4 or 3 1/4. One place where we see multiplication like this is when baking, especially around the holidays, and you have to make more than the recipe calls for to feed all those holiday guests. So let's head to the kitchen. For today's lesson, we'll be making a double batch of chocolate chip cookies. A double batch basically means we're going to take the amount for each of the ingredients and multiply it by 2, which will give us double the cookies. Let's get started. First, we'll mix our dry ingredients, except for the sugar and chocolate chips, in this bowl. Now, the original recipe calls for 2 1/4 cups of flour, but we want to double that. So we take 2 times 2 1/4. How do we do this? First, we change 2 1/4 into an improper fraction. An improper fraction is where the top number, numerator, is greater than the bottom number, or denominator. There are a couple ways to do this. Today, since we're using measuring cups, we'll look at how many fourths fit in a cup. Since it takes 4 fourths to make a cup, we know it will take 8 to make 2 by multiplying 4 by 2. We add these 8 fourths to our remaining 1/4 to get 9 fourths. Now, our problem looks like this. 2 times 9 fourths. Imagine 2 over the number 1. Since any number divided by 1 is still that number, we can make 2 into a fraction by putting it over 1 without changing the problem. Now, we multiply the numerators together, then the denominators. Here, we have 2 times 9 equals 18 / 4 times 1 equals 4. 18 over 4 seems like a lot, but we can also reduce this fraction by dividing both the top and bottom by 2. This gives us 9 halves. Rather than measure out 9 halves, we can convert this back into a mixed number. In this case, 1/2 goes into 9 4 times, with 1/2 remaining. So we need 4 1/2 cups of flour to make our double batch. So I'll just put this into our bowl. In this large bowl, I'll add the white and brown sugar. The original recipe calls for 3/4 cups of each kind. Remember, we have to double that, and since both sugars use the same amount, we only have to do the math once. Our problem this time is 2 times 3/4. Again, it's easier to go ahead and put 2 over 1. Then, we multiply the numerators and denominators like we did with the flour. So this gives us 2 times 3 equals 6 in the numerator, and 1 times 4 equals 4 in the denominator. We can reduce this by dividing the top and bottom by 2 to get 3 halves. To make it easier to measure, we turn it into the mixed number 1 1/2. Now, we measure out 1 1/2 cups of each sugar and add it to the bowl. The rest is the regular whole number multiplication. So I'll go ahead and finish mixing this up so we can get to the good part. So as you can see, multiplying fractions isn't as difficult as it seems, and the results can be really sweet. See you next time on Kitchen Mathematics.